Time to catch up on them transfers. Welcome back to Done Deal. What is going on, people of YouTube? My name is Kurtyoy, and welcome back to a brand new video. And finally, Done Deal. It's been a long time coming, and of course we have to catch up with all the transfers, which I looked at it, there's not been too many. I'm going to be doing 5 an episode until we've caught up, and at the moment we've got 3 episodes worth. So let me know if you want to thin that out, go into more detail on the players of these ones. A lot of them won't need too much explaining. One of them is very big, however, I'm sure you've seen in the title. Instead, we're just basically going to be talking about all the transfers, catching up, even those deals that have been confirmed, from loans to permanent. We've got a few of them coming up. But above all else, let's start off with the earliest transfer, which we didn't even know at one point it was going to be a Premier League transfer, happening on 22nd of March, which was Kachunga moving to Huddersfield. Now, yes, many people, including myself, being an overconfident Sheffield Wednesday fan, I hate my life, thought that wouldn't be a Premier League transfer. But alas, Huddersfield have got up. Credit to them. Hopefully they do stay up, because up the north and all that. But yeah, Kachunga. What can we expect from him? Now, as a Championship lover, I keep up to date with all the stats, figures, how players play. And he was one of the people I feared the most, along with Huddersfield's right back. He has a great connection. And those two down the right hand side can cause terror to most defences. And pure old Pewdill was ripped apart by him in both games. Yes, admittedly he got no goals and no assists in those 2 games against us, but the point is that he effectively caused Quainer kind of his goal, kind of not. So yeah, he's a very, very good player. He plays on the right wing, however, the difference is he could be midfield, he could be a striker. He was bought in and he was, before his move, a striker, but he's played a lot down the right hand side or the left hand side. Barely played up front this. I think he plays 9 times up front this season. So all being well, he should be midfielder. If that is the case, I think he's going to be around £5.5 million. I think it should be that price either way. If he's a midfielder, he's vital. He's one of those players that I think could really be good. And that all depends if he's a midfielder. Striker, maybe avoid him because he's going to play out on the wing. He's not going to get those clean sheet points. But a winger, you've got those extra point for a goal, you've got the clean sheet points, more chance to get him, the bonus points. He's a really good player to have, and with Huddersfield's start could be really, really good. 45 games in the league last season according to transfermarkt.com. All these stats from transfermarkt.com. 12 goals, 4 assists, 7 yellow cards. So he's doing pretty alright. Admittedly, that might go down a bit because of the Premier League, but I think he could be even less than 5.5 million, maybe even 5 million. But I think definitely one to keep your eye on. Following that, we've got another loan made permanent, which is Tom Cleverley's deal to join Watford from Everton. And yeah, £5 million I feel like he's going to be. He shouldn't be any more than that. He doesn't do much. 27 appearances for both Everton and Watford in the league last season. 2 assists. According to transfermarkt.com, 4 yellow cards. So he's not doing too much in terms of attacking wise. He's more for the defensive fund. He could also prove to be the next Kurtyoy, but I very much doubt that. He's not one to be shouting from the rooftops for. For Watford, it's a very average signing. It's a very average team, but the point is it's that homegrown player, which of course is a heavily Italian team. You've got the fact that another one, he could work well in terms of the whole team dynamic. He can attack, he can defend, and he's a sort of player that Watford could do with. He does improve Watford's team. He's a player that Everton need to get rid of to make that step up, but he's probably a player that Watford needed to again take that step up. So a good move for both clubs, and also Tom Cleverley. But yeah, nothing really to chat about from an FPL point of view. Next up, we have a very interesting transfer, and I believe I'm going to say this right. Pascal Gross has moved from Ingolstadt, the club that Kachunga used to play for, to Brighton. He's a midfielder. He likes to play, sort of anyway. He can play anywhere in midfield. He's played anywhere in midfield in this season. He's played on the right-hand side, left-hand side, centrally, a bit deeper, and also in an attacking role down at the middle. And it's a very interesting one. His stats are a bit of a weird bunch. He's played 33 games, 33 games, 5 goals, 6 assists, and 5 yellow cards. So there's not too much to shout about. But if you take out the fact that if you go on 12 games he's played as an attacking midfielder, playing down the middle, he's scored 3 goals and assisted 5. So that's in 8 of the 12 games he's grabbed those points in, which could be helpful for those bonus points. If he plays there the entire season for Brighton, who knows what could happen. And with the players that Brighton could be signing, the players have already got at the club, could work out really well for him. I've valued him at around 5 million, maybe 5.5 pushing it. He is 5 million. Again, he's not one of those players that I'd recommend if you're looking to, a cheaper option. He could be a bit of a risk worth taking. Not many people know much about him, so yeah, interesting. Our penultimate player of this episode is Christian Atsu, the third and final one of this episode of the loans being confirmed. We had Kachunga, we had Cleverly, now we have Atsu. He is joining Newcastle from Chelsea, obviously, and obviously Chelsea bought him for, about 3 million and then sold him on for almost double that, if not more than double. Just the Chelsea way of doing things, that's how they make money. But I value him around £5.5 million, could go up to 6, I doubt it'll go anywhere lower than that. But 32 games, 5 goals, 3 assists, 2 yellow cards, pretty average player. He hasn't really been able to hack it in the Premier League before. Obviously Chelsea got rid of him. He had a loan at Bournemouth and that didn't go too well for him, so it's going to be an interesting one. I would potentially, we've had 2 midfielders from the promoted teams in Huddersfield and Brighton. This one from Newcastle, the third and final promoted team, I'd say stay away from. It could also be around the same prices for all of them. Interesting. Kachunga versus Gross versus Atsu. Make it happen as a series, but no, I'd say stay away from him. He's not anything to write home about. He hasn't proved, to be a world beater at championship level, like for the, inspiration bit of Kachunga, his sort of stats. So I'd say it's worth keeping a step or two away from him. And lastly, we've got the biggest signing of them all, Bernardo Silva, who has joined Man City from Monaco for millions and trillions and gazillions of pounds, obviously, because Man City can do that. But being serious, midfielder, very much doubt he'll be an attacker. It depends, because they start moving those really attacking wingers as attackers. Could change up the game. It could also mean he's an attacker, but I very much doubt that he'll be a midfielder, because he doesn't play up front at all. He hasn't played up front this season, or he started up front. And it's an interesting one. He comes in, 37 games played in the league, 8 goals, 11 assists, 3 yellow cards. So he could be really good, but also you've got to remember the fact, the peptation. They've got so many attackers now. Could they rotate them again? You've got, just looking at wide players, you've got him, you've got the other Silva, De Bruyne, you've got Sterling, you've got Sane, still at the club. You've got Nolito to take into consideration. You've got the fact you've got Aguero and Gabriel Jesus, who could also be pushed out wide. There are a lot of wingers at Man City, and that could be a problem. On the other hand, though, he could be a world beater, like De Bruyne, get straight in the team and play every single game, but I very much doubt that. Pep likes his rotation, so he could be rotated. I value him at the price Nolito came in, around £9 million. I don't think it'll be any more. It's very rare you see a new signing go straight into the double figures, and it's not as if he's got a goal or assist every single game in Monaco. He's in brilliant form, but not the form where you think, you take note of that, like Ibrahimovic when he came into the league. So I think 9 million will be a safe starting point. Anything cheaper could be a bit of a bargain, could be a bit of a risk worth taking. But for now, I'd say keep an eye on him, see what Pep does in pre-season, and see where he plays. He could just play in central midfield and you think, maybe not worth it, but he could play on the wings, get a lot of goals and assists, and you think, yeah, it's worth taking that risk. But that happens to be that for this video. I hope you've enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and of course, let me know, what do you think of the 5 transfers that I've listed? Kachunga, do you reckon he could do it in the Premier League? Cleverly, will he get more than 2 assists? You've also got Pascal Gross, what do you think of him? Atsu, will he be able to finally get his chance in the Premier League? And Bernardo Silva, will he be rotated as much as I'm suggesting? So I think it still could be what am I trying to work anyway? Still could be rotated a lot. Got there in the end. Thank you all for watching, hope you've enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and peace.